Nakakagulantang na confrontation noong Enero 18, 2026, exactly 3:47 p.m. sa MGM Grand Conference Room sa Las Vegas during press conference announcing upcoming super welterweight unification bout when undefeated American champion Marcus the Predator Williams, 31 years old, 28-0 record with 24 knockouts, IBF title holder, openly mocked Eman Bacosa, who sat beside promoter Bob Arum. Williams sneered into microphone. "They're trying to sell this fight like Eman earned this shot. Truth is, he is only here because daddy's famous. Manny Pacquiao's kid riding coattails. He's fought nobody, beaten nobody. His best win is against washed-up Mexican journeyman. This is joke. Nepotism boxer getting title shot he doesn't deserve. I'm gonna expose him April 25, send him back to Philippines crying to daddy." Brutal disrespect causing Eman to visibly tear up, walk out of presser. Pero what happened next? Manny Pacquiao's furious rebuttal defense of his son, followed by training camp transformation, and then shocking fight result, would silence all critics, prove Eman belonged at highest level. Mga kaibigan, bago natin buksan ang absolutely explosive story na ito tungkol sa brutal na pagmak kay Eman Bacosa, his emotional breakdown, at ang fierce defense mula kay Manny Pacquiao that triggered one of most dramatic boxing stories in recent memory, kailangan kong malaman, nasaan kayo nanonood ngayon? Taga Manila ba? USA? General Santos, kung saan galing ang Pacquiao legacy? O anywhere else sa mundo? Comment your exact location. At controversial question, fair ba na tawagin si Eman as nepotism boxer dahil anak siya ni Manny? O legitimate champion ba siya na nag-earn ng respect through his own skills? Does being Pacquiao's son automatically mean hindi mo deserve ang opportunities? Subscribe now para sa buong shocking journey from humiliation to vindication. On notifications. Mag-like. Share sa lahat ng boxing fans. This story will give you chills. Bloco 1, 1,000 palavras. Ang context ng unification fight started December 2025. When Eman successfully defended his WBC welterweight title for third time, dominant eighth-round stoppage of British contender James Morrison. Performance was technically brilliant, showcasing evolution under Freddie Roach's guidance, combination of speed inherited from Manny, reach advantage from his height, and ring intelligence developed through dedicated study. Boxing media took notice. ESPN ranked Eman number 3 pound for pound. Ring magazine featured him on cover. Headline reading, "New Pacquiao era. Eman steps out of shadow." Mainstream recognition was growing, pero with visibility came scrutiny. Critics questioned strength of his opposition, argued he'd been protected, given favorable matchups. Accusations that promoter Bob Arum was building him carefully to maximize profit rather than truly testing him. Marcus Williams represented ultimate test, undefeated champion with devastating power, southpaw stance creating stylistic challenges, reputation for breaking opponents mentally with trash talk before physically destroying them in ring. He'd successfully defended IBF super welterweight title 5 times, each defense more impressive than last. Recent victory over former champion Antonio Ruiz was particularly brutal. 4th-round knockout that left Ruiz hospitalized. Williams was feared, respected, considered among top 5 fighters in world regardless of weight class. Boxing purist believed he was too much too soon for Eman, that Arum was making mistake rushing Eman into unification bout, risking his prospect's career for big payday. Pero Freddie Roach disagreed, believed Eman was ready, had skills and mental fortitude to compete at highest level. Fight was officially announced January 15, 2026. Press conference scheduled 3 days later at MGM Grand. Standard pre-fight promotion, but atmosphere was tense from beginning. Williams arrived with entourage, swagger, confidence bordering on arrogance. Eman came with Freddie, Boo Boy Fernandez promotional team, visibly more reserved, respectful, not engaging in typical trash talk that characterized modern boxing promotion. Bob Arum opened presser with standard remarks. "We have fantastic fight. 2 young champions, undefeated records, WBC versus IBF unification. Winner positions himself for pound supremacy. This is boxing at its finest." Optimistic promotion speak. Then turned to fighters for comments. Williams seized microphone. Let me be clear about something. This fight is insult to real boxing fans. Eman Bacosa hasn't earned this. He's here because Bob Arum wants to make money off Pacquiao name, thinks people will pay to see Manny's son. Pero I'm not some washed journeyman who'll lay down. I'm going to expose this fraud, show world he's just privileged kid who got lucky with genetics. He's fought nobody. Absolutely nobody on his resume scares me. His best win is who? Carlos Mendoza. Guy was 23-8. Barely top 20 when they fought, that's supposed to impress me. I've fought killers, unified champions, legitimate contenders. Eman fought opponents carefully selected to make him look good. This is biggest mismatch in recent championship boxing. Offensive words hung in air. Media members shifted uncomfortably. This wasn't normal pre-fight hype. This was personal attack questioning Eman's legitimacy. Eman's jaw tightened. Pero he maintained composure. Freddie whispered something in his ear. Williams wasn't finished. You know what really bothers me? Boxing is supposed to be meritocracy. You earn your way through hard fights, tough opponents, grinding in gyms, taking risks. Eman skipped all that. Daddy made phone call. Bob Arum saw dollar signs. Suddenly kid with padded record gets title shot, gets main event in Vegas, gets millions in purse. Meanwhile, real fighters, guys who earned it, get overlooked. That's corruption. That's nepotism. That's everything wrong with modern boxing. April 25. I'm doing sport a favor. Exposing this fraud. Send an G message that you can't buy your way to top. Accusations cut deep because they touched insecurity Eman carried. Fear that people only respected him because of surname. That his achievements weren't his own. He'd worked incredibly hard, sacrificed, dedicated himself to craft. Pero shadow of Manny Pacquiao was inescapable. Every win was attributed to genetics. Every opportunity was attributed to connections, never to his own merit. Williams was weaponizing that insecurity publicly, humiliating him in front of global media. Eman felt tears forming, tried to blink them away, pero emotion was overwhelming. Combination of anger at disrespect and hurt that his hard work was being dismissed, he stood abruptly. Excuse me, I need a moment. Walked out of conference room, leaving stunned silence. Media exploded, cameras flashing, reporters shouting questions. Williams smirked. See, that's what I mean, mentally weak. Can't even handle press conference. What's he gonna do when I hit him for real? Kid's gonna quit, I guarantee it. Bob Arum tried to salvage situation. Marcus, that was unnecessary, completely unprofessional. Eman has every right to be here. He's legitimate champion who's earned his ranking. Pero Williams interrupted. Bob, save it. We all know what this is. Money grab. You don't care about boxing integrity. You care about ticket sales. Pacquiao name sells. That's it. Pero come April 25, reality sets in. Your golden boy gets destroyed. Then what? You gonna make him fight more tomato cans to rebuild? This is joke. Backstage, Eman was in bathroom stall trying to compose himself. Tears of frustration streaming. He'd worked so hard to prove himself. 12-hour training days, brutal sparring sessions, studying film until 2 a.m., sacrificing social life, relationships, comfort, all to be respected as fighter in his own right. Pero Williams' words confirmed his deepest fear, that no matter what he achieved, people would always see him as Manny's son, never as Eman the fighter, knocking on stall door interrupted his spiral. Eman, it's me, open up. Freddie's voice, gruff pero concerned. Eman unlocked door. Freddie entered small space, looked at his fighter's tear-stained face. Kid, don't let that clown get in your head. That's what he wants. Psychological warfare. Make you doubt yourself before fight even starts. Eman's voice broke. Pero Freddie, he's right. People do think I only got here because of my father. I hear it all the time. Online, in comments, even from boxing analysts who should know better. Pacquiao privilege. Nepotism boxer. No matter how many fights I win, how dominant I look, it's always dismissed. I'm tired of fighting that battle. Maybe I should just accept that I'll never be seen as legitimate. Freddie grabbed his shoulders. Listen to me, you are legitimate. You've beaten every man put in front of you. Your skills are real. Your dedication is real. Your heart is real. Williams is scared. That's why he's attacking you personally, instead of respecting you as fighter. He sees your tape. He knows you're dangerous. This is desperation disguised as confidence. Don't fall for it. Pero Eman wasn't convinced. Emotional wound was deep. Freddy tried different approach. You want to prove you belong. You want to silence critics? Then beat Williams. Don't just beat him, dominate him. Make it so undeniable that even haters have to respect you. Use this pain, this anger, this hurt as fuel. Channel it into training, into preparation, into performance. Greatest fighters in history, all had doubters. All had people saying they didn't belong. Muhammad Ali, Sugar Ray Leonard, your father Manny, they all faced it. You know what they did? They fought, they won, they shut everyone up with performances. Words mean nothing, wins mean everything. Words started penetrating. Eman wiped tears. You really think I can beat him? He's undefeated. Brutal puncher, experienced. I've never fought anyone like him. Freddy nodded firmly. I don't think you can beat him, I know you can. I've trained 40 champions. I know when fighter has what it takes. You have it. You have skills. You have toughness. You have intelligence. What you need now is belief. Belief that you belong here. That you earned this. That you're not Manny Pacquiao's son trying to be fighter. You're Eman Bacosa, world champion in your own right. Believe that. Fight from that place, you'll shock the world. They emerged from bathroom to find Manny waiting in hallway. He'd arrived late to press conference, missed Williams's attack, pero saw Eman's walkout. Security briefed him on what happened. Manny's expression was furious. Where's that Williams? Where's the press conference? Freddy? Manny, let it go. Don't make it worse. Pero Manny was already walking toward conference room, determination in his stride. Eman and Freddy followed, arrived as presser was wrapping up. Williams still at table taking questions. Manny strode to podium, took microphone. I have something to say. Ano kaya ang sasabihin ni Manny Pacquiao? Paano niya idedepensa ang kanyang anak? Gancho Bloco 1. Room went silent. Manny Pacquiao, legend, 8-division world champion, national hero, standing at microphone with barely controlled fury. Williams looked annoyed. Oh great. Here comes daddy to rescue his boy. This is exactly what I'm talking about. Kid can't even defend himself. Manny ignored him, addressed media directly. I just heard what was said about my son. I want to make few things very clear. Eman Bacosa earned everything he has. I didn't make phone calls for him. I didn't buy his opportunities. I didn't rig his fights. He trained, he fought, he won. Simple as that. His record is legitimate. His skills are real. Anyone who actually watches his fights knows this. Pero some people, they see Pacquiao name and make assumptions. They don't know his story. Don't know he grew up without me. Don't know he built himself from nothing. Don't know the work he's put in. At ang speech na susunod would become one of most viral moments in boxing history. Passionate defi. And see, that would shift public perception completely. Bloco 2, 1,000 palavras. Manny continued, voice rising with emotion. You want to talk about nepotism, Marcus? Let me educate you. Eman grew up poor, raised by single mother. I didn't acknowledge him until he was 30 years old. He had no privilege, no advantages, no Pacquiao name helping him. He worked construction jobs, sold DVDs on street, struggled to survive. When I finally acknowledged him, you know what he did? He didn't ask me for money, didn't ask for easy path. He asked for chance to prove himself in boxing. I connected him with Freddy Roach, best trainer in world. Pero Freddy doesn't train charity cases. He trains fighters with talent. Freddy took Eman because Eman has skills, real skills. Everything after that, every win, every title, Eman earned himself. Media was recording frantically. This was unprecedented. Manny rarely showed this level of emotion publicly. Williams tried interrupting. Annie, with all respect, your name opened doors. Manny cut him off sharply. No, you don't get to talk. You disrespected my son, made him cry. You think that makes you tough? That makes you bully coward who attacks someone's character instead of respecting them as fighter. You want to say Eman hasn't fought tough opponents? Look at his resume. Look at how he's won. Technical brilliance, not just power, not just genetics. Skill developed through thousands of hours in gym, studying film, working mitts, sparring killers. Dedication you wouldn't understand because you think trash talk replaces preparation. Manny's defense was comprehensive, addressing every point Williams had made. You say boxing should be meritocracy? I agree completely. That's why Eman's here. He's 22-0, 18 knockouts, 3 successful title defenses, ranked number 3 pound for pound by ESPN. Those rankings are based on performance, not surname. If Eman was fraud like you claim, other fighters would expose him, pero nobody has even come close. You know why? Because he's real. He's legitimate champion who happens to also be my son. Those two facts can coexist. You need to understand that before April 25. Because when bell rings, you're not fighting Manny Pacquiao's son, you're fighting Eman Bacosa, world champion, and you're going to find out very quickly that he belongs in that ring with you. Williams was visibly rattled, hadn't expected this level of pushback, tried to maintain bravado. Manny, I respect you, you're legend. Pero this is different. Your son. Manny interrupted again. My son is sitting backstage right now with tears in his eyes because you questioned his worth as fighter. You made personal attack designed to hurt him, to break him mentally. That's not competition, that's cruelty. I've been in boxing 40 years. I've faced trash talkers. I've faced bullies. I've faced every kind of opponent. Pero I always respected that we're all fighters. We all sacrifice. We all bleed. You showed no respect today. You showed your A for our aid, because confident fighter doesn't need to tear down opponent. He lets his fists do talking. Your mouth is writing checks your body can't cash. April 25, we'll see. Bob Arum stepped in trying to restore order. Okay, I think we've heard enough. Let's wrap this up. Pero Manny wasn't finished. One more thing, Marcus. You said you're gonna expose Eman, send him back to Philippines crying. I want you to remember those words, because when he beats you, when he takes your IBF title, when he is everything I just said, you're going to have to live with fact that you underestimated someone because of their last name, that you let prejudice blind you to reality. That's on you. Press conference is over. Manny dropped microphone, walked off stage, dramatic exit that left media buzzing. Williams sat stunned. His psychological warfare had backfired completely. Now he looked like villain. Eman looked like sympathetic underdog. Narrative had flipped. Backstage, Manny found Eman in locker room still emotional, pero having composed himself. Dad, you didn't have to do that. I can fight my own battles. Manny sat beside him. I know you can, pero I'm your father. When someone hurts my son, I respond. That's what fathers do. I wasn't defending you because you're weak. I was defending you because you're right. Everything Williams said was wrong, unfair, designed to diminish you. I couldn't stay silent. Wouldn't be right. Eman embraced him. Sala, Matt, I needed to hear that, to hear you believe in me. Manny held his son. I've always believed in you from first time I saw you train. I knew you had something special. Not because you're my son, pero because you're a talented fighter who works harder than anyone. You're going to beat Williams, I know it. Freddie joined them. That was some speech, Manny. Internet is exploding. Video already has 5 million views. Public sentiment is shifting hard. People are rallying around Eman, Williams, Lou. Guys like jerk. This might be best thing that could have happened. Freddie was right. Social media was flooded with support. Major Team Eman trending worldwide. Boxing fans who'd been skeptical were reconsidering. Manny's passionate defense had humanized Eman, revealed vulnerability, struggle, legitimate path to championship. Narrative of spoiled nepotism baby was replaced with narrative of fighter overcoming doubt, proving himself against all odds. Williams's attack had backfired spectacularly. Training camp that followed was most intense of Eman's career. He channeled hurt and anger into preparation. Arrived at gym 5 a.m. daily, left at 9 p.m., worked with multiple sparring partners who mimicked Williams' southpaw style, studied hundreds of hours of Williams's fight footage identifying patterns, tendencies, weaknesses. Freddie designed specific game plan. Williams is powerful, better predictable. He relies on left hand, sets it up same way every time. If you can time it, counter it, you'll frustrate him, make him reckless. That's when you capitalize, break him down systematically. This is chess match disguised as fight. You're smarter than him. Prove it. Physical conditioning reached new level. Strength coach Marvin Somodio pushed Eman beyond previous limits. Williams has never fought past 9th round. His stamina is questionable. If you can take him to deep water, you drown him. We're building your endurance to championship rounds. You're going to be fresher in 12th than I is in 8th. Road work increased to 10 miles daily. Sparring went 15 rounds instead of 12. Body was being forged into weapon. Eman lost 15 pounds of unnecessary weight. Arrived at 154-pound limit shredded, fastest and strongest he'd ever been. Camp was going perfectly. Even skeptical media members who visited training sessions came away impressed, writing pieces with headlines like, "Eman Bacosa looks scary. Good in training. Is Marcus Williams in trouble?" Mental preparation was equally crucial. Eman worked with sports psychologist Dr. Maria Chen twice weekly, processing Williams' attack, transforming hurt into motivation. That press conference was trigger, exposed wound you've carried, fear of not being good enough, fear of living in father's shadow. Pero it also gave you opportunity to heal that wound, to prove once and for all that you are enough, that your achievements are yours. This fight is not just about winning title. It's about claiming identity, stepping fully into your own power. Separate from Manny Pacquiao legacy, while honoring it. You can be both his son and your own man. Those aren't contradictory, they're complementary. Sessions helped Eman reframe narrative in his mind, stopped seeing Williams as villain, and started seeing him as opportunity. Opponent who had given him chance to silence all critics with one performance. Motivation shifted from proving Williams wrong to proving himself right. Subtle pero powerful difference. Confidence grew. Freddie noticed change. You look different. You're carrying yourself different. Walking into gym like you own it. That's champion mentality. That's what I've been waiting to see. You're ready. Williams, meanwhile, was having opposite experience in camp. Initial confidence was fading as reality of challenge set in. His team had studied Eman's recent footage, realized he wasn't easy opponent they'd assumed. Speed was troubling. Combination punching was elite level. Defensive responsibility was tight. Williams's trainer Duke Patterson was concerned. "Marky, you need to take this seriously. Kid's dangerous. You can't walk through him like you did Ruiz. You need to box smart." Pero Williams' ego prevented adjustment. "Duke, relax. I've got this. Pacquiao genetics can't save him from getting hit. I'm bigger, stronger, more experienced. April 25th, I'm knocking him out inside 6 rounds, guaranteed." Overconfidence was Williams' fatal flaw. He'd bought into his own hype, convinced himself Eman was fraud, didn't do necessary preparation, sparring partners were chosen for availability, not for stylistic similarity to Eman. Training was intense pero unfocused. Williams was preparing for generic opponent, not for specific challenge. Eman presented, his team saw problems developing, pero Williams wouldn't listen. "I don't need to change anything. My style beats his style, power beats speed, that's boxing 101. Certainty that would cost him dearly. Weigh-in April 24 was tense. Both fighters made 154 pounds, looked physically ready. Faced off for traditional stare-down, Williams tried intimidation, leaning in, talking trash. "Tomorrow you're gonna find out what real championship boxing feels like. You're gonna quit. I've seen it in your eyes since that press conference. You're mentally broken already." Eman didn't respond verbally, just stared back calmly, no fear visible. Williams seemed frustrated by lack of reaction, shoved Eman's shoulder. Security intervened, separated them. Crowd went wild. Freddie pulled Eman away. "Save it for tomorrow. He's trying to get you fined or injured. Don't fall for it." That night, Eman slept deeply, peaceful sleep of someone who'd done everything possible to prepare. Williams, meanwhile, tossed and turned, anxiety creeping in despite outward confidence. He'd made this fight personal, attacked opponent's character. Now pressure was on him to back up words. Knockout prediction created expectation. If fight went long or if he lost, humiliation would be severe. Trap of his own making. Fight night arrived April 25, 2026. MGM Grand Garden Arena packed with 16,800 fans, millions watching worldwide on pay-per-view. Atmosphere was electric, split crowd. Williams had American support. Eman had massive Filipino contingent, flags, chants, "Eman, Eman, Eman." Echoing through arena, both fighters made ring walks. Williams first as IBF champion, Eman following as WBC champion and challenger. Manny was in Eman's corner alongside Freddie and Bewboy. Unprecedented to have legend cornering prospect in unification bout. Statement about belief in his son. Ano kaya ang mangyayari sa laban? Matutupad ba ang prediction ni Williams o magtatagumpay si Eman? Gancho Bloco 2. Referee gave final instructions. Protect yourselves at all times. Obey my commands. Good luck to both fighters. Touched gloves. Return to corners. Bell rang for round 1. Williams came out aggressively immediately. Tried to establish dominance, throwing hard left hands. Eman circled away. Used footwork. Picked spots for jab. First round was feeling out process. Williams landed some body shots. Eman connected with combinations upstairs. Round was close, competitive. Pero obvious. Verbal difference was visible. Eman looked completely comfortable. No nerves, no intimidation. Williams looked slightly rushed, over-eager to land big shot. Freddie's corner advice was calm. Perfect. Stick to game plan. He's rushing. Use that against him. Adang next 11 rounds would produce one of most dominating championship performances in recent memory. Systematic destruction that would silence every critic, vindicate every supporter, prove once and for all that Eman Bacosa was legit. Mate elite fighter. Bloco 3, 1,000 palavras, plus conclusion. Round 2 saw Eman begin implementing game plan. Freddie had identified Williams's pattern. Every time he threw left hand, he dropped right hand slightly, telegraph creating opening for counter right. Eman waited patiently, feinted, drew Williams left, slipped it perfectly, countered with crisp right hand that snapped Williams' head back. First significant clean punch of fight. Crowd erupted. Williams looked surprised. Hadn't expected to get hit clean so early. I tried responding with combination, pero Eman was already out of range. Footwork keeping him safe. Round ended with Eman clearly ahead. Had landed more punches, cleaner punches. Looked faster and more skilled. Round 3, Williams tried adjusting, slowing down, trying to box instead of brawl. Pero Eman's speed was overwhelming. Double jab, right hand, left hook, combinations were flowing. Williams was getting hit regularly. Nothing devastating, pero accumulating. His face was starting to mark up. Small cut opening above left eye. Corner was concerned. Duke Patterson shouted instructions, pero Williams wasn't listening. Frustration growing. By round 4, Williams was falling behind on all cards. Judges, scoring it wide for Eman. Announcers were noting surprise. Eman Bacosa is outboxing Marcus Williams comprehensively. This is not script anyone expected. Williams looks ordinary. Eman looks special. Round 5 was pivotal. Williams knew he needed to change momentum. Came out loading up on power shots, trying to land knockout blow. Got reckless. Left himself open. Eman capitalized with beautiful 4-punch combination. Left hook to body doubling Williams over. Right uppercut snapping his head up. On left hook to temple, straight right hand flush. Williams stumbled backward into ropes, legs wobbly. Referee looked closely considering stoppage, pero Williams survived. Made it to end of round. Went to corner badly hurt. Duke was animated. You're getting outclassed, you need knockout to win this. Start letting hands go, take risks. Pero advice was contradiction. Williams was getting hurt when he took risks. Defensive responsibility was problem, not solution. Manny's corner advice to Eman was different. Beautiful work, you're making him miss, countering perfectly. Keep doing exactly what you're doing, he's breaking. I can see it. Few more rounds of this, he's gonna fold, stay disciplined. Don't get careless. Eman nodded, breathing easily. Not even tired, conditioning work was paying off. He felt like he could fight 20 rounds. Williams across ring looked exhausted, breathing heavily through mouth, face swollen, mentally breaking, doubt creeping eye. Round 6 through 9 were systematic dismantling. Eman was boxing masterfully, mixing speed with power, defense with offense, making Williams miss, countering accurately, working body, attacking head, complete fighter on display. Williams was reduced to survival mode, trying to clinch, hold, buy time. Referee kept breaking them. Let's go, fight. Williams threw occasional wild punch hoping to land lucky shot. Pero Eman was too smart, too fast, too prepared. By round 9, Williams' corner knew. Fight was lost. They were just hoping to hear final bell. Avoid knockout. Preserve some dignity. Round 10, Williams showed heart, tried one last surge, threw everything he had, big combinations, aggressive pressure, fought with desperation of man knowing he's losing, landed some shots. Eman felt them, pero wasn't hurt, stayed composed, weathered storm, then responded with precision, picked Williams apart. By end of round, Williams had nothing left. Tank was empty, sat on stool defeated. Duke said, "One more round, just survive, don't take unnecessary punishment." Acknowledgement that fight way, it's over. Only question was how it would end. Round 11, Eman went for finish. Freddie had told him, "If you see opportunity, take it. Don't leave it to judges. Make statement." Eman pressed forward. Williams was defenseless, eating punches. Referee was watching closely. Eman landed 3-punch combination. Williams went down. First knockdown of fight, crowd exploded. Williams beat count, pero was badly hurt. Referee asked, "Can you continue?" Williams nodded, pero eyes were glazed. Referee waved it off. "That's it. Fight over." Technical knockout, 2:47 of round 11. Eman Bacosa had won, unified WBC and IBF super welterweight titles, silenced all critics, proved he belonged. Eman dropped to his knees, overcome with emotion. 12 weeks of carrying Williams's disrespect. 3 months of doubt and criticism, entire lifetime of being seen as just Manny's son, all released in moment of triumph. He'd done it, proved himself undeniably. Manny rushed into ring, embraced him. I told you, you're champion, your own champion, I'm so proud." Freddie joined celebration. Boo boy, entire corner. Filipino section of arena was delirious. Flags waving, chants of, "Eman, Eman, Eman." Echoing. Williams meanwhile sat on ring floor. Devastated. Everything he'd said about Eman had been proven wrong. Knockout prediction failed. Nepotism narrative destroyed. He looked broken, humiliated. Exact fate he'd promised Eman would suffer. Post-fight interview, Jim Gray asked Eman, "You just delivered dominant performance. How does it feel to prove doubters wrong?" Eman composed himself. "It feels good, pero also empty in way. I shouldn't have had to prove this. My record should speak for itself. Pero boxing is business of perception. Marcus Williams disrespected me, questioned my legitimacy, said I didn't belong here. Hurt me deeply, made me cry. Pero it also motivated me, made me train harder than ever before. Tonight, I didn't just beat Marcus Williams. I beat every person who ever said I only got here because of my last name. I beat that narrative. I am Eman Bacosa. I am my own fighter. I am legitimate champion. Anyone who still doubts can watch this fight. That's my answer." Williams was gracious in defeat. Credit to him. "Eman beat me fair and square. He's better fighter than I gave him credit for. I was wrong. I let prejudice cloud my judgment. I saw Pacquiao name and made assumptions. Didn't respect his skills. Didn't prepare properly. That's on me. He's real champion. I apologize for things I said at press conference. That was out of line. Congratulations to him. Redemption through honesty, accepting responsibility. Williams's stock actually rose with classy post-fight conduct, contrast to arrogant pre-fight persona. Media reaction was unanimous. Eman had silenced all critics. Sports Illustrated headline read, "Eman Bacosa proves he's more than just Manny's son," ESPN wrote. "Dominating victory shows Eman belongs among elite." Ring magazine gave fight 5 stars, called it coming out party for legitimate superstar. Even skeptical journalists who'd questioned his credentials were convinced, "We were wrong about Eman Bacosa. Tonight he proved he's real deal. Apologies to him for doubting." Rare admission in sports media. Testament to how thoroughly he'd answered questions. Filipino celebration was massive. Manila erupted when fight ended. Strangers hugging in streets. Bars packed with fans celebrating. President issued statement, "Eman Bacosa has made Philippines proud, not just with victory, pero with how he carried himself, grace under pressure, responding to disrespect with excellence. He represents best of Filipino values, determination, humility, resilience. Congratulations, champion." Official recognition, national pride. Eman had transcended boxing to become cultural symbol. Personal impact was profound. Relationship with Manny deepened. That moment in ring after fight, embrace between father and son, years of distance and pain melting away, replaced with mutual respect and love. Manny told media, "Tonight I watched my son become man. He faced adversity, overcame doubt, proved himself on biggest stage. I couldn't be prouder. He's his own fighter now, his own champion. My job is just to support him. He doesn't need me to validate him anymore. He's validated himself." Blessing and release allowing Eman to fully step into his own identity. Eman's confidence transformed. Pre-Williams fight he'd carried insecurity about whether he deserved success. Post-fight that doubt was gone, replaced with certainty earned through performance. He'd beaten elite opponent convincingly. There was no more asterisk, no more qualifier. He was undisputed elite fighter. Period. Confidence showed in interviews, in how he carried himself, in his goals. "I want to unify all 4 belts, WBC, IBF, WBA, WBO. I want to be undisputed champion. Then I want to V up to middleweight, challenge for titles there. I want to be great, not good, not pretty good for Manny's son. I want to be great, period. Tonight showed me I can be. Now it's just about doing the work." Marcus Williams recovered from loss, rebuilt his career, won eliminator fight to earn another title shot 2027, was humble in victory, credited Eman with teaching him lessons about preparation and respect. Their rivalry became respectful, even friendly, ran into each other at boxing event 2028. Williams approached. "Eman, wanted to say again I was wrong about you, you're hell of a fighter. That night you gave me education, made me better person and better fighter. Thank you for that." Eman embraced him. "Thank you for pushing me, for giving me opportunity to prove myself, no hard feelings. Maturity transcending ego. Both men benefiting from experience." Freddie Roach reflected on journey in interview. "I've trained 41 world champions now. Eman is special among them. Not because he's Manny's son, Pero, because he had to overcome more than most. He had to prove he deserved his own name, his own identity, his own legacy. That's harder than just winning belts." Williams did us favor, really. By attacking Eman so viciously, he created motivation that pushed Eman to greatness. By trying to break him, he forged him into something stronger. Beautiful. Irony. Eman should thank Williams for being catalyst to his evolution. Years later, 2030, Eman had unified all 4 belts at super welterweight, moved up to middleweight and won titles there. Compiled record of 35-0, considered among top 3 pound-for-pound fighters in world. Pero when asked about most important fight of career, he always said, "Williams fight." That night at MGM Grand wasn't just about winning titles. It was about claiming identity, proving to myself and world that I belonged, that I earned everything I achieved. Marcus Williams tried to break me, tried to reduce me to just Manny Pacquiao's son. Instead, he gave me opportunity to become fully myself. Eman Bacosa, fighter, champion, my own man. That's worth more than any belt. That's real victory. Forever grateful for that night, for that challenge, for that triumph. Defined who I became. Showed me I was enough, always had been enough. Just needed to prove it to myself. That's what champions do. They prove it to themselves. Fez first, everyone else second. That's lesson I carry forever.